And we are live again. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, Watch Your Mouth Reviews. This is your boy James, where today I am here to give you my honest review while trying to watch my mouth. And thank you to Giselle Bryant. It's not going to happen today, but that's okay. We're going to live to fight another day. I forgot to tell you on my last video, happy Martin Luther King's Day. We are hoping that everybody is off today, but if you are not and you're still on the clock, we appreciate you anyway. Martin Luther King said, don't let a dollar pass you by. So shout out to Mrs. Best for making it here today with me. Y'all say what's up to her.
Hello, in honor of Dr. King, the dream that I have is for Giselle and Ashley to leave the show. Like, share, and subscribe, y'all.
I know that's right. Like, comment, and subscribe to the video, you guys. We have a lot to talk about. Y'all, this is not going to be good for them. I promise you, especially Giselle. Because Giselle got everybody fucked up. But, so let's get into the video. So the video actually starts out with the ladies in the car. We have three different cars. I thought it was only two, but apparently it's three. So we have Angel, Tia, and Kay in one car. We have Giselle, Monique, Wendy, and Ashley in another one. And then Stacy and Jazzy were in their own personal vehicle. And Angel was telling the girls that, that Jazzy texted her and was telling her about the accommodations, but she also told her about the conversation that Monique and Stacy were having with her about how Monique saw similarities in her marriage with Chris, with mine, with Bobby, and everything, and I don't like that. So we're back to that conversation again. And, Angel says that these ladies just want to have a problem with me. They always want to have a problem with how I live my life, how I do things, and, yada, yada, yada. So in Giselle's car, Monique is telling them, about the whole situation with Angel, and she said that she knows that conversation now had gotten back to her. And so Wendy told Monique that Jazzy was the one that told her about the whole conversation. And Monique said, that's messed up because I wanted to have that conversation with her and relate to her personally. Now, here's my thing. Although I can understand Monique's position, that's not something you do. You don't say to people, I see similarities in how I acted when I was married to my husband. I saw me because I was the football wife and I had to make things look pretty. I had to take the brunt of everything. It may not be like that for Angel, is the problem. Angel may look like it, but sometimes what looks like something may be something completely different. We got to be careful when we put that kind of energy and that kind of wording out there. Like that, Mrs. Best, how did you feel about that? Am I preaching, or do you think Monique down here?
Not everybody's relationship is the same. I've actually had people comment to me who barely know me at previous jobs, like concerns, thinking that I have been in an abusive relationship because if my husband does not know you, he's not getting out to greet you. He's not checking for you. He checking for his female and not worried about nobody else. And they feel like, is he mean to you and this and that? And that's never been the case with me. So I think that, yes, while sometimes the signs of certain things can connect and lead you to think a certain thing is happening, that is not always the case. I think that Monique is projecting. I think that Monique is trying to make money off of a marriage that she left because she doesn't have access to the marriage that she was in anymore. When I'm talking about access, I mean the money. So it seemed like Monique is going to talk about marriage and act like she knows everything, when the reality is, bitch, you didn't know enough to keep your own shit together because you divorced. So I feel like divorced people, no shade, keep your ideologies, beliefs, keep that shit to yourself unless somebody asks you. And I'm not saying that divorced people have a bad ability to give, advice or anything like that, because a lot of people learn from it. But you're just Monique's damned if she does and damned if she doesn't, because the moment you compare your failed relationship to someone's current relationship that is working for them, you're gonna look like you're hating or projecting either way. If no one asked you for your advice, then shut the fuck up, Monique. And what's funny is years ago when Monique was on the show, she would have felt that way.
Yes.
But now because she's divorced, it's giving you bitter, and you looking and doing what Giselle did to you to her.
Thank
That's what
you.
it's giving. So I'm like,
Yes.
Monique, your dreadlocks is cute, baby, and you'll always be a pretty face. But please, if you come on the show, stop acting like you fake way healed, like you fake way know what the fuck you talking about when it comes to relationships, and like you fake way changed, and like you fake way looking out for these bitches that you was just doing interviews less than a year ago talking about you would never film with them again. So I'm still looking at Monique with a side eye for even being back here, y'all. But I'll digress. I'll be quiet. I'll be good. I will watch my mouth.
No, but Monique, that's exactly how I felt too. She is disappointing me. And it's giving you the same lady that was trying to get in with the popular girls when you were here the first time, versus now you're really trying to do it, but trying to put your input because you once was where Angel is today. Okay, that's fine. Jazzy is another one. This is another one. Hi, Kevin Reynolds. Thank you for being here today. I appreciate you. Jazzy, I feel like I'm going to read you harder next week because I saw what you did to Stacey in that little clip. I feel like I'm going to read you way harder than Mrs. Best did last season. So be ready for that when I come get you, because I didn't like that at all, what you did. But she is, I feel like Jazzy's being messy because we want to make sure she comes back next season. Because there was no reason for her to relay that back to Angel, especially considering you just met this lady. You're on mute.
She's a bone collector and she's messy, but I wish Jazzy would have just, when we get there, I'll explain what I wish Jazzy would have done, because
okay.
I feel like she was messy, but also I feel like she was within her right.
I see what you're saying. I got you. Okay, Monique and Wendy kiss too much ass. Oh, don't they, Naya? Don't they? Oh my gosh. So they get to the plane and everyone boards the plane and everything. And as they're taking their seats and everything, Angel was saying to the ladies, we're going to have a great day. I know you guys were worried about your accommodations, but what I plan to do, Giselle said, too late. Everything is too late, ladies. This is not happening. And let me tell you something, Angel. I don't know who the hell you think this is, but I'm sorry. To not have any running water to wash my ass, you are a terrible person. I would never do any of these ladies like this. How dare you do that? And then don't even think to call us and say, hey, I am sorry, or how you doing? None of y'all could have called. And Angel was trying to talk, but just I said, no, it's too late. It's too late, Angel. But she goes, well, what I'm trying to do is I want the day to be nice and everything. It's too late, Angel. It's too late. The day can't be nice. And everyone's kind of jumping on Angel. You had Stacey, Wendy, Ashley all playing the background, hyping Giselle up even more, saying, yeah, like, why didn't nobody call and check on us? Why
if
didn't
somebody apologizes, what the fuck else would you have done? Angel, this is why she should not be on TV. I would have put them off my fucking plane and went to Kemosabe by myself. She came in and said, before we do anything, she wants to be accountable and apologize. Also, a word on the curb is that it has now come out that production are the people who actually arranged and looked for this house. And they said that the ladies will be okay because they have gone through this and gone through worse before with their accommodations. So I find it weird if that really did happen, that Angel would even take accountability. But regardless of anything, I still wish she would have stood on it. Maybe I would have put more effort into finding you bitches a nicer accommodations if you bitches was respectful. But instead you wanted to question my man, my marriage, if I was evicted, my property, call me a catfish and come for me. So these bitches was okay sponge bathing for some days. If I was Angel, I would have stood on it. Oh, you mad? Do you want to walk to Aspen, bitch? Or do you want to take back all the shit you done said about me and all the ways you done tried me? That would have been respected. But for Angel to sit there with her voice shaking while this old decrepit lady is talking to her just with anger and a webbed neck is crazy to me.
There's no absolute way in hell. Knowing me and knowing how I am, when I tell you I would have leaned up against that table and pointed my finger in that lady's face, who the fuck?
You're not yelling at me on the private plane that I'm paying
for.
On the screen. $8,059 for the hour, you can politely see yourself off of my fucking plane and use the webs in your neck to find a way to transport to Aspen. That's what she.
No, don't even bring your ass to Aspen. Don't bring your negative ass. Security, get her ass up out of here. I ain't got time. I don't have time for this shit at all. Get you, your blonde wig, get that bitch next to you, get the rest of these heifers that agreed with you, and get up out of here. And y'all, I'm sorry, I don't even call women bitches. I don't. But the fact that Ashley sat her ass up there and nobody decided to say, hey, Giselle, cool it. That's not necessary. Like, we on this lady private charter plane. We can deal with this later. Like, we ain't got to, like, when I tell y'all, if I was Angel, this is why I can't be on Housewives, because y'all would have called me the most disrespectful man in America. I promise you, everybody would have got the fuck up off that plane and would have got back in them cars and left. And like, this is best that I went to Aspen by my damn self.
She needs to, I don't understand it. Cause Angel, you raising kids. I hope you teach your kids to be stronger than you are. Cause ain't no way. Fuck a camera, fuck this, fuck everything. But yeah, production had her messed up if that is the case.
If that's true, yes. If that is true, y'all, let me explain something to you. Angel, at that reunion, they better prove that shit by the reunion. That's all I know. They better show the receipt saying that was production that told me, Angel, you better have every email saved. You better have everything together by that reunion. And you know what you do? Make several copies of the motherfucker and walk over and throw it shit in Giselle's face and Ashley's face and everybody else's face who had an issue with their combination.
She may be sitting on the end, but sitting on the end mean you closest to the camera, girl.
Yeah.
I'd be flashing papers all in the camera's face. I don't know. This lady is just, it's hard to watch someone not stand up for themselves for me. That's really hard for me to watch, especially when the people coming at them don't have a reason to do so. Irks me.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm trying
Giselle
to tell
was
you.
doing too much.
Giselle was doing way too much. Y'all, I've never been so disgusted in my life. Y'all, I don't even like Angel. Let's be very clear. I don't like Angel. But she didn't deserve that at all. That was way too much. I get being mad about accommodations and no running water. I'm not saying the ladies are not right to feel how they feel, but you don't have to go on bullying. Yeah.
No comment either on her not texting you to check in when y'all been disrespectful towards this woman. She not texting you to check in. She assuming you got water. Other things. If you didn't have running water, why didn't none of you hosts text her? Because if I can't wash my ass, I'm blowing up the host. I'm blowing up the host. I'm sending letters within hours to your house. I'm calling your house phone, finding out who your housekeeper is. Like, y'all could have communicated to her as well. So Giselle and then wanted to do this pile up. And I'm looking at Wendy's ass and I'm just like, yo, fraudulent ass over here just going along to get along like you didn't go through hell in this group. And you know you can't afford, you can't afford the jet on top of that. And then half of the shit you got is fraudulent, Miss Wendy, according to the United States government. But you want to be coming and berating this girl and going along to get along. Like, all of them had the audacity.
It was
the
crazy.
Absolute audacity.
Yes. Kevin Reynolds said, fine is while Jazzy is the new wag wife yet was that side chick last season. Had a lot to say in her confessional this episode. Oh, yeah. Jazzy gonna get a mouthful from me next episode. Please believe y'all ain't gonna want to miss that because that shit she did was wild as hell.
You're
Ashley's usually musty. She felt right at home in the field.
She looked like she stank. I'm sorry, Sheila do too. They all kind of look like they got a smell.
Girl, my opinion said exactly. And they said Giselle is up for a really good at it because she has nothing else going on.
Nothing.
I want production to stop doing this too. I want y'all to stop doing this to her, giving her this audacity and power and giving her a good edit. No, let's see the shit she really be saying and doing behind the scenes that y'all catch too. I want to hear it and I want to see it. Y'all continuously protect this lady, and I don't understand why. Bravo in that call center.
Until somebody has an emotional breakdown and really has an actual reason to sue the network, they'll keep letting Giselle get away with it. And I think Giselle is gonna walk into something one day that's so dark that it'll get her ass fired or get Bravo into some shit. So at this point, let her keep doing what she's doing because Angel really looked like she wanted to cry.
Or somebody gonna whoop her ass. It's gonna be 1-2. It's gonna be 1-2. Because Giselle can't keep doing this, y'all. Y'all go.
She'll do it again to Monique though in a couple seasons if Monique stays, and I believe Monique will lose her mind and go crazy on Giselle.
Somebody gonna do it because Giselle got way too much mouth for me. I can't do it. Yes, they say that Angel initially wanted them to go to the 4 seasons, but they set it up and made Giselle look like the hero. Oh wow!
Yep, that is all.
At the reunion, y'all better drop the receipts. Angel, I hope you saved them emails. I hope you did. I'm just saying. Yes, an anger and a way of Nick. Absolutely. Giselle got 5 chins up underneath the one main chin. Absolutely, she do. But so do I. So who can I, God don't like ugly. I got you, Giselle. Call Robin to fly your bird ass.
Regular Robin can't afford
it. Robin can't afford that shit.
Saving quarters for Juan to help other women in the laundromat. She's busy.
That's why Robin lived below her means. She's been doing that the whole time we met her. So yes, Robin can't do that shit. Monique gave you a binder using it. I'm trying to tell you, she better at the reunion. That reunion is your get back of all get backs. I hope you mediate
She won't do it. She won't. I don't have faith in Angel at all. But this is also accurate. It's like you just hate to see people ganged up on and bullied. You want them to be able to stand up for themselves. Like Stacey would have handled this and shut it down so quick. They wouldn't have gone that long with Stacey. But with Angel, they know what they could get away with and what they can't. And that's what makes it the worse.
No, Stacey give me the type that she'll know they in them conditions, but she'll pull up and honk the horn outside and be like, how y'all doing? Y'all doing okay? And you drive off. That's what Stacey give me. Stacey give me one of them people that know you in some bullshit, and she gonna honk the horn and laugh at you and then drive off. That's what Stacey give me. I'm sorry, she do. She give me that kind of person. They were definitely bullying her and ganging up on her. Even if you don't like Angel, you still was rooting for her because of the gang up. I didn't know if I was rooting for her. I wanted her to stand up for herself. Absolutely. I wanted her to cuss Giselle out.
With someone that is literally rooting for someone.
I said necessarily. I don't know if I would want her to do that. No, I got you. Hey, be fair. The trip was like, that don't mean.
The trip was whack, but it doesn't warrant a gang up.
Yeah.
Like realistically, if they would have like said something to her and she didn't apologize, they would have been like, well, all we want is an apology. They got the apology and still continued to go off. And she sat there and continued to be accountable. And they went on and on and on and on and on. Like, that's ridiculous. But yes, the trip was whack as hell. But no shade, it's Colorado. What the fuck did they expect? Unless you are at the 4 seasons, unless you're in the mountainous activities and outdoorsy stuff, there's not much to do.
Yeah, I agree 100%. Sorry, Angel flexed to PJ to pacify the no water at the Airbnb.
I mean, that was planned ahead of time, but I can understand how people would think that.
Yeah, agreed. Why the fuck does anyone stand Giselle light skin privilege? Yeah, that's all that is.
Stacey, whenever anybody else is being attacked, Stacey said, "Let me be left alone.
Let me mind my black-owned business." And
right.
Let my ass brown.
Nobody helped her.
Right. Everybody was coming after her. She had literally in a line. We saw Cookie, we saw Kay, we saw Tia. Got them all 3 together.
Was standing there with her mouth open, looking dumb.
Yeah.
So she can't expect to defend it.
Yeah, I wouldn't either. They didn't nobody defend Stacey. The only person who defended Stacey was Wendy. That's the only person that.
But Wendy, it was too little, too late, because Wendy also piled on with her when Giselle was going bad. Like, Wendy, the way you moving, you starting to make me feel like you deserving everything that you got. You made us think you was an independent, strong, black, intellectual mind just to be a follower that's materialistic and wants to look like she has it and keep up with the Joneses. Even if it's at your family's detriments, kids included. So I'm starting to side-eye Wendy a lot.
Yeah, same. So they get to Aspen finally. We've seen Aspen before. If you watch Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, they go up there quite often. So, yeah. They first go to this whiskey brewery. They're going to have lunch there. And the man tells them, we got whiskey and some vodkas, but we ain't got no tequila. We ain't got no beer. We ain't got no wine. And everybody looking like, oh, Angel. This is another mess up on here. They don't have nothing that we drink. And I said, oh, my God. Then get your asses up from this table. and go somewhere and find you something to eat. I ain't got time. It was another instance where they wanted to pile on to Angel, and I was like, y'all, come on. I'm not gonna do this again. We're not gonna have this here. So they come up there and they're talking. And so Monique asked Jazzy, why did you tell Angel about our conversation? Oh, she asked her, did you tell her about the conversation? And Jay said, yeah, I told her. And she says, why? And she goes, well, I just wanted to be fair. I just wanted to be fair. That's also my friend too. And Giselle said, when did y'all become friends? She goes, well, since Nevis, we've been communicating, calling each other and everything like that. And so Monique said, Angel, I just want to let you know I'm coming from a place of, I've been that woman that does everything, have to do everything and have a man not really give his fair share into it. I've been all of that. And I just recognize some of the things, in my own personal life. It was nothing against you in your marriage or anything. I just wanted to let you know that's where I was coming from, is that I can recognize some of the behavior because I used to be that and everything. Angel actually took it. She was like, okay, I appreciate it, but my marriage is fine. Everything is beautiful. I don't have not, that's not my story. Sorry, not sorry. That's not my story. And I feel like she listened, she collected, and then politely told him that's not her story. And so they still want to know how Jazzy got so close to Angel. And Jazzy lets it be known that Angel originally wanted her at her house. And everyone's like, wait, what? And they say, yeah. And by default, she chose Tia. And Tia looked and said, oh, by default, what is that supposed to mean? She said just how it sounded. She don't know you, so she chose you by default. And so Angel clears it up that she did invite Jazzy to her house as a third guest, but realized she could not do that. And so and then she chose Tia. And Tia said, exactly, Jazzy, you ain't at the house. I am. Now, what I did not like about this, I'm gonna keep it honest with you, it was like a nanny boo boo kind of situation. But I feel like Jazzy walked into that, so that's what you get. Thinking that you actually had an end with this person that she chose, because that's stupid to say. No one gets chosen by default, like for a housing situation. She either choose you or she didn't, just like what Tia said. So, Mrs. Best, how did you feel about that?
Um, if someone wanted you in your house, you'd be in their house. I agree with that. I think the reason Jazzy wasn't in the house is because you may be cool with Angel, but Angel is aware that the things that Jazzy hears comes out. As Kevin Reynolds said, she's a bone collector. It's been shown. I wouldn't have you in my house either, so you could be texting these ladies. Yeah, girl. So her husband in the den room with his friends. The one who had the cigar is actually cool. He doing this. Oh, girl, it's 10 o'clock and her kids are still crying. Jazzy would be texting them ladies at the other house every little fucking thing that happened, probably collecting photographs and audio. Okay. So I don't blame her for not having her in the house, but I was just like, Jazzy, be quiet. Be quiet. It would have been better if you would have just said, well, I'm cool with her. I'm married and I wouldn't want nobody talking about my spouse and my marriage like that and not coming and telling me. So that's why I did it. That's all she had to say. But in terms of the room and who's in the house situation, I really don't give a fuck. The only person I know for sure Angel was okay with having in her house is Kiana.
Yeah.
Say that.
Yes, exactly.
Anybody else is a default.
Yeah. So at this point, Wendy is now activated. Wendy's like, Angel, you don't show who you really are. You don't show us this, beat down version of you, and you're not real at all. If they were just going, look, if it wasn't Giselle going off on the plane, it's now Wendy coming at her at this restaurant. And I'm like, what the fuck are y'all doing? Wendy, what are you doing? Like, so Angel, they get up because Angel's like, look, y'all, we have to move on. We have to go to, I forgot what the Kemosabe place. But before they get up from the table, Angel is crying. And, Monique and Kiana, and I think Jazzy was there too. They were consoling her. And she goes, and Angel says, people always misunderstand me and my intentions. Like, I'm not trying to make this trip bad for anybody. Like, I'm really just trying to, make this happen, in the best of my abilities. I only can do the best I can. And I'm just looking at her crying like, see, Angel, this was not for you. This show was not for you. This was not for you. This was not for you at all. Oh, it was Ashley Monique. Okay, I see. I didn't want to, but I just didn't like that she started crying. I'm just like, girl, listen. I would be ready. When I tell you, I would be so ready for them, they would know what hit them. This is why Y'all can't have messy ass people like me on these shows. Because when I tell y'all I would have took all of them at one time, they wouldn't know what the fuck happened. They would have been like, whoa, I know he had a
Okay.
mouth like that. When I tell y'all it couldn't be me on this show, I would love to have Angel's position on this show. Bravo, I know y'all don't hire men housewives, but when I tell you, I will gladly take Angel's position and let them know what the fuck going on. Because ain't no way in hell. They'll probably ice my ass out, but I don't care. I'm gonna show up anyway. Production, where they at? Oh, I'm gonna be right there. I'm gonna pull right up and honk the horn and bring my ass up in there. Giselle can call security all she wants. They better
Yeah.
not touch me. That's all I know. So yeah, it was hard. Mrs. Best, how did you feel about the lunch? Angel couldn't be one for losing because now Wendy got activated.
You know, I'm tired of it. I think that saying the same stuff over and over can get redundant, but essentially it's the same thing as the pile up on the plane. It's not warranted. It's not okay. I wish she didn't cry on camera. It was one of those things like, no, you already letting them see you sweat and giving them the enjoyment of you admitting that you wrong and all of this. Like, don't let them see you cry either. And how Giselle and them walked over while she was being consoled, just not even caring at how they are genuinely impacting this person. Like, show or no show, you really don't want to come across as a bully. And having to sponge babe, having no water, yes, that's a bad thing. But at the end of the day, once you see the girl in tears, it's like, let it go. And if they're really so upset, you're on a show. You can go to production. You can do more. But yelling at her isn't going to do anything to solve the problem. It's
No.
just not.
And I
So
didn't like how Giselle did that. Giselle gonna walk back in the restaurant and say, "Okay, I know you're crying, Angel, but we got to go."
right, like what you like, bitch. The
That's
audacity.
like y'all would give Giselle way too much power over y'all. Y'all really do, because ain't no way in hell. Like Giselle would have called the police on me by now. I'm telling you, she would have. But I do agree with Naya's comment. I think it is her hormones. I don't think she's quick on her feet to shade. She gotta let it sit and then she comes back. Because now in today's time, Angel eating them up in her interviews. She really is. And giving better context to her deliveries and shit. But Angel's too late.
Yeah, we don't have too many people on TV, pregnant, new moms, all of that who've done fine. She Angel just not for TV, in my
She's
opinion.
not. She's not. So
She's
they go
really
to Kim. Yeah, so they go to Kimosabe. You guys, we've seen this place before. They all get hats and trinkets and shit, and everyone's giving them, the belt history, the hat history. A couple of ladies got custom made hats. So they go upstairs, and Ashley went behind the bar, and it's rumors that Ashley worked at this exclusive bar, probably the same one Mia worked at, and Quiet as It's Kept. Ashley said that's where she met her ex-husband. Angel said she used to be our bottle girl. So Ashley got history. So Ashley said she gonna make them, a pink pussy. And she pours it out for everybody. Did y'all clock Tia talking about, oh, Monique, you want some of my pink pussy? And Monique said, no, honey, I'm strictly dick. I said, that might not mean nothing, or it might mean a whole lot. You gotta watch people like Tia. But that was another instance where I was like, Tia, is there something you want to tell us? Monique is beautiful. Let's not get it wrong. Monique
and
is beautiful.
you know my opinion on Tia already.
Yeah.
Live, so I agree.
Yeah, because I was looking because at first I didn't catch it until I watched it the second time. And I said, wait, I know she didn't just say what I think she just said, but it was the way she did it. She turned to Monique and said, Monique, you want some of my pink pussy? And I was like, why are you saying like that? Like, y'all, I'm sorry. Knowing that this lady has her own shot of the shit, why'd you say it like that, Tia? We already side-eyeing you and your marriage and everything else. You don't need to add fuel to the fire with this, Tia. This was a mess. I'm just saying. Yeah. Thank you, Naya. Yeah, she was. It was really
I'm gonna let
weird.
y'all know. I be telling James, and I have not been saying this, James. I think Tia's the biggest freak on this show.
Oh, absolutely. I do too.
I think this lady is nasty. I think she like to get down. I really do. It be the ones that act like they so innocent that be like,
Mm-hmm.
get a little razzle dazzle in they intimate lives.
Majority of them are though, Kevin Reynolds. You ain't lying. Majority of them are. They know what they're doing with this casting. So the ladies they revealed what they bought, at the little gift shop. Everyone, Giselle got some, diamond earrings because she had got her second ear piercing in her ears. So she got some diamond earrings. They cost about $1,000. Everyone spent, Ashley spent quite. I think Ashley spent close to 5,000. So when it gets to Stacy, Stacey said, I ain't buy shit but some keychains because I ain't listen. I'm not rich like y'all, even though we know Stacey is playing it up for the cameras. Stacey probably has more money than all of them. But
Mhm.
the Stacey is sitting up there talking about I'm cheap. And then they flash back to a time where I think it was Kiana who gave her $20. Stacey said, I put that $20 right in my purse. I know how to keep my money. I don't blame you, Stacy. Stacy is me when I go on vacation. I am Stacy. I'm not spending a whole bunch of money like that on trinkets. I'm gonna get some keychains, some socks, some stickers, and some bottle openers, and maybe a salt and pepper shaker if I like it. That's it. I'm not spending no more than that. So, so then they go upstairs to the private lounge, and this is where Mauricio shows up. And the lady, and he knows Giselle personally, so he says, Hi, Giselle. Now, Giselle let it be known that they had spent some quality time with each other, but she didn't go into exact detail or the context of what that possibly could mean. Now, I have a very interesting imagination, so my mind immediately went to the gutter, even though I don't think they have. I wouldn't put it past her if she did, but hey, yes. But Naya said it before I could even get on my Ashley was smitten. As she said, oh yeah, rich older man. Yes, yes, yes. That is right up my alley. And he's fine too. Yeah, absolutely. So Stacy being the wing girl, because Mauricio said, he's there for his daughter's bachelorette party, but he's gonna, be around. He's single, he's alone right now. So Stacy said, Ashley's available. Ashley. So Mauricio goes out. She said, Ashley, we gotta go to the bathroom. Come on, Ashley. She said, and Ashley didn't want to go to the bathroom. She said, Ashley, get your ass over there. And she slapped her on her ass. Stacy's the kind of person. Stacy ain't hippo game. Stacy know that man got that Black American Express card and spend money. Stacy ain't no fool. But Stacy can't do it because Stacy is, trying to get back with her husband. But they was, around the corner at the door to the stairs talking about, so what you doing tonight? You gonna be at the club? What club is that? Get into the details. Giselle old cop blocking ass said, oh no, we're not gonna do this, lady. It's too close for home. We're not gonna do this. Ashley, come back here. You're not gonna do this. And so he's looking at Giselle, what the fuck is you doing? And Mauricio leaves, and she goes, "You guys, come on. He used to be married to Kyle and everything like that. And we're not going to do that. That's too close for home." And everybody looking at Giselle like, Giselle, are you crazy? And actually, like, look, if I wanted it, I could have it. Like, I get what you're saying, but no, like, what the hell? So you could tell Ashley was kind of thrown off, but I was kind of like, he's single. His wife is over there with some lady in Nashville. What the hell?
No, she is not single. That is a married man until he is divorced. That's what y'all got to understand. So the people's advising her not to do that were correct. Until somebody's divorce is finalized, stamped, sealed, notarized, all of that by the court, they are still married. And in real time, Kyle and Mauricio have been all in the blogs and tabloids, spending time together, going on dates. And this is exactly why you don't go for nobody that's in a relationship, because you don't know if they're going to start working it out with their spouse or not.
That's true. I do agree with that. But getting drinks and bottle services and paying for VIP sections wouldn't have hurt either. I'm just saying.
Here's the thing. Mauricio knows how people look to him now. I feel like if this was Mo years ago, before the separation or at the beginning of it, he might have done that. But I also think off the strength that Kyle and Giselle have a relationship, Giselle was there. I don't think he would have done that in this situation. I just really don't. But Stacy, I personally feel like she was trying to pimp Ashley out, not just because she leaves her alone, but to make a point. Like I could just put her in the direction of a man. I think she knew what she was doing and was trying
Oh,
to
of course.
towards Ashley, and I feel like Ashley ain't gonna be able to figure it out because she's Sheila's child, so the lights are on, but it's not
Well,
always.
no, because Ashley can do this on her own. That's the reason why. No, I saw exactly what Stacey was doing. I thought that's why I laughed at her because I said, Stacey, you ain't shit, but I see what you're doing. You didn't have to do. Ashley was going to poke around and get downstairs before he could. Ashley type, she probably
so that Giselle had to explain that Ashley should not sleep with someone who's connected to someone in their world. Ridiculous. You that thirsty, Ashley?
No, I didn't see this. When did she do that? Okay. But yeah, no, Ashley, let me explain. So Ashley ain't got no coup. Ashley, when it comes to old men with money, that whole kick out and is right at her stomach. She ready for it. It's like it's a magnet. It's like a magnet that gives to another magnet. She there. She gonna get it. Ashley, this is Ashley's mission. Ashley has it so embedded in her to want such a great life that at any expense of her between her legs, she gonna get it. One way or another. She's already proven that when she got with Michael, because you ain't gonna tell me no, there's no way she was attracted to that man. She was attracted to the money. That's what I'm saying. Like y'all gotta watch women like Ashley. Now she done made it to where she got it on her own now, where she that really don't need to put a factor in it tonight, but that's still up in her. Once you do that, that's still up in you. Y'all, I did not see that. Why did I not see it when they were standing there when he first got there?
When they were standing, she did rub his back a little bit. Giselle was acting weird with Mauricio as a whole. Like, I get that you and Kyle are in the same world and you cool, but Ashley been fucking around with people in the same world that you have with Housewives that y'all cool with. So it was very strange, Giselle's behavior. And my friends are cool with my husband because he's been around for a very long time. They'll give him a hug, a greeting, hello, and goodbye, and that's about it. But ain't nobody rubbing on the backs of nobody else's man.
I agree. I wouldn't even feel comfortable doing it. That's weird. Unless there's something else that she ain't telling us, but Giselle is not one to, shit in her own backyard. So, yeah, we'll see what happens there. So then the ladies, after Mauricio leaves, Angel has said that, she has another event planned for them. They're going to have an early day where they're going to do the flag fishing or whatever, and then they're going to have brunch. And Giselle said, oh, no. That's not what we're doing. We're going to the Four Seasons. We're going to do early lunch, early breakfast, and then we might be leaving the trip. Angel said, wait, you're not going to just hijack the trip like this. No. It's like, do you choose Giselle's side or do you choose Angel's side? Angel already had events and things planned off, probably paid a little deposit for some shit. So, I would be mad as well. I'd be like, you ain't gonna just come and hijack now. Getting the living and accommodations, fine. And she then asked, Angel, are you gonna come and sleep over with us? Are you coming to the hotel tonight? And Angel was like, I don't know. I mean, yeah. I'm just like, Angel, damn well your ass ain't going to that Four Seasons hotel to stay with these ladies. I don't know why. I'd be like, no, I'm going to my house, the way my accommodations. You can have your Four Seasons accommodations. And this is when I would have broke the fourth wall and said that production originally I wanted to put them in, but y'all didn't want them to do that. You said they were fine with this house trying to save money. I would throw that. At this point, what you got to lose? What you got to lose at this point, Angel? You already done filmed all the way up to this point. What you got to lose? What they gonna tell you? You can't film no more? If you break that fourth, I would have broke the fourth wall. Mrs. Best, would you have broke the fourth wall? How would you have handled this situation?
I probably would have broke the fourth wall, especially being that Angel seems to have the money that she says she has, and I think that's why the ladies are giving her time because none of these bitches could put anybody on a jet. But it's just like after being disrespected to that extent, she had a right to break the fourth wall. She really did. But her choice to not do so, I thought was strange. But again, this is why I don't feel like Angel is right for reality television, because we shouldn't have to discuss
her doing it, she should have just done it, as many other housewives have done before on the show. So just everything about this lady is just a disappointment. I try to be nice, but it's a disappointment.
I mean, Ashley did mess around with Sharice's son. Yeah, yeah, she did. Ashley has, so I said, Ashley has no coup. Ashley has no bounds. Ashley has no boundaries. Ashley has no, in-depth self-love. Ashley has nothing. Anybody could get it. So that's why I said it didn't surprise me one bit that she would have. I guarantee you, if Giselle was not there, Ashley would have left with Mauricio. Absolutely. On the after show, Giselle said yes, if Mo was not married, he could get the draws. Makes me wonder how close her and Kyle really are. Because to me, I'm going to be honest with y'all. If it was my friends, even if my friends decide to get a divorce, I'm not taking that person. No, it's not going to happen. But, once again, the ladies on this Potomac cast think a little differently than I do. But, of course, then I have coup. So, but that was pretty much the episode. I think Mrs. Best stepped away from her camera again. I don't know. But is there anything you want to add, Mrs. Best, before we leave today? Going once, going twice. Yeah. It's Martin Luther King's Day. We gotta step out and go march. So, but overall, we thank everybody for being here. This is Real Housewives of Potomac. The next time we will be on my channel will be for Real Housewives of Salt Lake City Part 2 reunion. And that was pretty much it. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know what you thought of this episode. Let me know your honest opinions of all the ladies, the bullying that we saw this episode. Do y'all think Angel should have started breaking that fourth wall like I would have if it were me? Let me know how y'all really felt. Like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you guys next time on my channel. Peace out, you guys. Have a great one. Be safe. Bye-bye.